what's up? It's time for more ReZero episode 4 of season 3. So far we've gotten introduction to we've gotten mostly the introduction to, is her name Sirius? The Archbishop of Wrath, and then we get a reintroduction to some other archbishops who now are all kind of hanging out around here. Oh, actually no, there's also Lust here now, right? Who we didn't really see Lust. We saw, like, maybe her mouth? I can't even remember if we saw that. Maybe I'm just imagining that. But I know we heard her. I think we saw her mouth. And so, basically, we have 2 new archbishops and 2 ones that we already know from a previous season, but we still haven't, you know, fully seen for an extended period of time. And we gotta deal with them in this city. I'm super excited. I think this is an awesome setup for a season. And I think, like, there's a lot of great characters here as well. So how's it all gonna play out? I don't know, but we're gonna jump right into it. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. That stuff helps me out a lot. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, as well as you can get early access for certain videos, exclusive videos, and all of the content for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel, which is also a great channel to go check out. So let's jump into this. This is season 3, episode 4 of ReZero. No OP today. It is ReZero after all. Oh. Follow the trail of blood. Uh-oh. I forgot they were also generally cultists. I only ever really think about the archbishops, but they're like grunts. Crash into them once, okay. I like this, they're like compromising with each other. Hell yeah! Cool. Oh, fuck, man. Oh my god, dude. I love Felt. You have to follow her commands. Felt's in charge. Oh, jeez, there's a lot happening. I forgot about that, yeah. There are other witches. I wonder what witch it is. Okay. What does that mean for us? It'd be hard for everyone to see you. It's a very small mirror. Yeah, she's out there fighting. Oh, hetero. Oh, so they have a... Right, they have a connection. Oh my god. Oh, I love his quick reaction there. Oh. It's so... There's 2 things happening at once. The decision to layer that announcement over this scenario is amazing. Oh my god, and her laugh. Oh my god. The witches remains, that's all they want. This is awesome. Okay. Oh. So they're holding the city safe. Oh, he feels so guilty.
礼が遅れたわ。
Oh.
飲んでくれんかったら耳が死んどったのは間違いない。
Yeah, see, other people aren't blaming you. They're thanking you.
この町を襲ってる大バカ野郎。全員ぶっ倒さなきゃならないんだ。
Yeah. Subaru needs information more than anything.
一個と俺は都市庁舎に向かったんだ。
And then they tried to keep moving. Oh, Jesus. He took a fucking hit. Oh, and then he gets distracted by his PTSD. Oh. Oh my god. And she protects him. Aww. Garth, you have nothing to apologize for. Look how much you did for her. Oh, gee. See, that's not your fault. You were trying to get her out of there to safety. Oh. Oh, but it doesn't stop you feeling bad. He likes it. Nice. Stoke his competitive spirit.
俺が魔女教の特効薬ならこんな足になってねえよ。エミリアを預けておきたくねえ。
ということは君はエミリア様の奪
It
還を優先
kind of always is. His priority is always Emilia.
当然だ。
Yeah. Doesn't mean he can't do all of it
って
though.
言いたいところだけどな。
Oh?
同感だ。
Damn.
の一
攻略する順番は色欲がいる都市庁
Okay.
最優先だ。
That's character development.
クルシさんは戦えるのか。
ウィルヘルムに指示して鍛え直
Hell yeah.
足手まと
Look
い
at
にはならない
that
つもりです
smile. She's so optimistic in the face of a lot of shit she's gone through.
お前は
あ
戦ってるとこ見たことねえんだ。
He looks like a good fighter.
この流れで言うのも勇気がいるんだが
Maybe he can't.
はあ、お前何言い出すんだよ。
だから悪いって言ってるじゃねえか。
兄ちゃんがおったら100人力や。頼りにしとるぞ。
え？
私も心強いです。頼りにしています、スバル様。
Aww.
そうですか。
He has so much trust now.
じゃあ一個だけアドバイス。
One Piece.
スバル入れ込みすぎだ。
悪い。
Keep him in check.
確かに入れ込みすぎ
This
て。
is good.
無理もない。暴食は因縁のある相手だ。
Oh yeah. One hell of a history.
平成を装えたかは怪しいものだ。
なんだお前。気持ち悪い。
He's being nice, Subaru.
兄ちゃん、ちょっと失礼するで。
ちょっと。
Jeez, they can all jump high. Oh. What the shit? Oh, it's those two. Hell yeah. Wow, so she retrained her, like, ability as well. I thought she'd just be able to do, like, close-up fighting. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh. He caught it. Oh, and so did he. A match made in heaven. Oh, this is awesome. He has more arms. He just grows as many arms as he needs. Oh, shit. Damn, so they work well together. What the hell? It's like a fucking huge dragon. Wait, is the dragon lost? What's happening? What? Or is she just like puppeting the dragon? That's a funny reason to... rebut her.
タンバもっともったいぶって一人ずつ出てこい。様式美ってもんが全然分かってやがら
The dragon's face.
はい、時間稼ぎ終了。
時折心の底から驚かされる。
Oh, you're so pretty, Julius.
焼かれるがいい。
人のことえっぐい角度から見つめてこう
Oh, and it's all just grown back. That's a cool healing animation. Oh my god, he looks like the goofy dragon from the meme with the 3 dragon heads.
中に戻らせてもらっちゃいます
So is she actually the dragon? Can she transform into a dragon? Is that her normal form?
中に入るしかねえ。
Or is she just puppeting it?
ちょっとおんまクリスさん失礼。しっかり捕まって。
Aw, cute. Oh, that's gotta fucking kill.
大丈夫大丈夫。痛くない。
Oh, Gluttony?
好きなよお兄さん
Yeah.
お姉さん嬉しいさ嬉しいとも
Hi, my name's
嬉し
Subaru.
すぎるから最初の一口がうまくなるってもんさ
Oh,
お兄さん
flashbacks.
僕俺たちって記憶力がないからさ
Oh, REM.
暴食。
Operation Take Back the Government Office. Oh, God. Hmm? Emilia? You okay?
私広場で包帯
Are you
の女の人と
naked?
戦いにあれ私
Yeah, guess so.
ああ、目覚めたみたいだね。
Oh
本当
no.
によかったで心から安心
I
したよ
don't like that she's naked if he's the one who brought her
あ
here.
なたは僕たちの
エミリア、君は少女かな
Oh my
そ
god.
れだけは本当に大事なことだからさ。
No, she isn't. She kissed someone. Okay, that was another good episode. I mean, these episodes go by pretty quickly because there's just like so much lore and back-to-back stuff. I like the pacing of this season so far. It's very fun. There's always stuff going on. It's entertaining. It's like high stress. Anything could happen. These characters, like any of them could die, not just because the show like might kill off characters, but also because sometimes they might die and then we might, you know, then Subaru might die and we'd go back and then they wouldn't be dead and stuff like that. So like it's always hard to know in ReZero, like if at any point someone's just gonna get stabbed through the throat and die. And then if that does happen, if it's gonna stick or not. Sometimes, you know, stuff in this show does stick and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes, you know, there's a consequence that will stick for a while and we know it will eventually be solved, but it just means it's still, you know, a big deal. Like REM having her name and memories stolen and stuff is a huge deal because we've gone like, you know, we're gonna be coming up on 2 seasons without her. Like that's a big deal. But yeah, I liked this episode. So in the last episode when they talked about like the witch's remains or whatever, first of all I didn't remember the whole like witch of envy saying like come and kill me. I forgot about that. I've genuinely forgot that happened. I thought I'd done a pretty good job at remembering most of the stuff that happened in season 2. But yeah, that one did admittedly slip my mind. But then they were like, oh no, you know, when they say the witch doesn't necessarily mean the witch of envy, which is funny because I think it was pretty early in ReZero where someone said the witch and then someone told Subaru, like, if someone says just the witch, they mean the witch of envy. So it's like, now it's like, someone says the witch and he's like, oh, you mean the witch of envy? And they're like, no, it's another witch. But yeah, so it's some other witch's remains, most likely. But I don't think we know which witch yet. I think there was kind of an image. I'm not going to go back to it, but I think that they sort of like panned down to to the witch's remains, and we could maybe kind of see it. Like, maybe you can figure out which witch it is from there, because we've seen all of them, I believe. I don't think there's any we've missed. I think we saw all of them in Echidna's little domain. So if that's the case, then maybe if I looked at that body closely, I'd be able to figure out what witch it is. But I don't want to do that right now, because it only showed us for a second, and so I don't think the show wants us to know right now anyway. And so, you know, don't tell me in the comments or anything. I'll wait until the show reveals it. But yeah, so that is but the idea that it is, the remains are there and they are like protecting the city in a way. Like, if you remove those remains, then the city will just flood, like the trap is activating or whatever, and it'll kill everyone in the city. So we can't get rid of the witch's remains, we can't give them over, and yet the Sin Archbishops are demanding them. And also Al, I believe his name is, claimed that it's possible that all the Sin Archbishops are in the city now. Now, I'm imagining we mean all the remaining Sin Archbishops. Like, Sloth is dead, right? Like, that, I don't think there is, unless there was another Sloth, like, unless Sloth did get replaced and that was, like, shown at some point. But other than Sloth, I'm pretty sure all the other, like, we don't know of any other Sin Archbishops who are dead, right? So, so yeah, there could be some more. Like, if he said that, it's possible. I mean, maybe there will be more archbishops in this season than just those 4. I don't know. That, like, honestly, the 4 sounded like that's gonna be a significant season to deal with them. If it's all of them, that will be wild. That's gonna be insane. But I mean, it was just his speculation, so we don't know. Looking at my notes. I loved that bit early on in the episode. My hair is garbage right now. I loved that bit early on in the episode where Garth came in holding Mimi's body, right? And he was like yelling about how bad it is and like how he's panicked and all of that. But Lust was still doing her announcement over it, and like doing it really loudly and doing a really upbeat, you know, her classic annoying voice, which, you know, it's supposed to be an annoying voice. I'm saying that not because it annoys me, but because that's why they've cast her like that, is because it's supposed to be annoying. And yet, if you watch my channel, you know, like, annoying female characters, I definitely don't mind them. Like, I tend to like annoying female characters, so it doesn't annoy me. I'm just like, oh, this is great. But I understand the intention of that scene is that she's got a very annoying voice and is yelling over everyone. And so, like, the him being so distraught and screaming while he holds the body and trying to just get his message out while that voice is over top is such a good choice. It's so good. Like, it elevates that scene and the tension of the scene so much more than if they just did the announcement and then he burst in and was holding the body and then he was like, it didn't really change the story at all. Like, her talking over it wasn't, you know, it's not like we weren't hearing what he was saying, like the characters in the room weren't hearing what he was saying, and that was a bad thing and that was dangerous because of whatever. Like, it didn't affect what happened in the story. All it did was affect the tone of the scene, and I loved the way it did it. It was so brilliant. Just the ReZero, I think, does many things like that, where I feel like this show, when I look at it, like, if I was just to watch a 1 minute, like, random clip from ReZero, I would maybe think this isn't really anything special, you know? Like, just a random 1 minute clip, if I just took it out of the show and looked at it, I might go, okay, well, you know, the animation looks fine. Like, it looks good, but, you know, nothing crazy special. Voice acting's good, obviously, but a lot of anime voice acting's good. And, you know, it seems like just some sort of fantasy series. There's stuff going on. That's cool. Like, but I would just think this looks like a normal show, like a mid-level show, just from out of context, you know? But then if you look at a show like you know, a mappa type show, like a Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, or you look at a Demon Slayer type show, you can take like a minute out of context of that show, and then you'll be like, oh shit, like the sound design is very, you know, like cinematic, and the animation is constantly beautiful, and there's like a unique, you know, really unique style to it. So like if you looked at a show like that, you would kind of know from a small clip taken at random that the show, there's something special about it. ReZero, I feel like, isn't like that, but it is the pinnacle of like every scene, I feel like, does exactly what it needs to, and it does it in pretty much the best possible way. You know, like it feels like it's direct. I mean, it's just the directing. That, I guess all I'm saying here is it's amazingly directed, which doesn't necessarily show right away, but you can feel it. And you know that when you're watching or you might not, but like a lot of people will subconsciously realize there's something special about a show while watching it and might not know what it is. And a lot of the time it is just like the director knows what they're doing. Like they absolutely understand how to engage you, how to terrify you, how to change your feelings at any given time. And I just feel like the directing for ReZero is consistently really engaging, and it takes a series which is great. You know, the source material seems amazing, but also like you could do it lazily and it would just be like, oh yeah, this is an okay show, and like it's got a good story to it and whatever. But it feels like they don't do it lazily. They think about each scene and why it's there and what they're gonna do with that scene. It's really cool. So yeah, that's just one such example. I mean, there's been many examples in this season alone of like really great directing choices. I mean, the scenes of like Wrath killing Subaru in this season have been like amazingly directed. Like basically every time Wrath's been on screen, there's been some really great directing choices. So it's really cool. Looking at my notes again, hold on. I always tell people when I'm looking at my notes because I want people to know when I'm looking down. I could like hold the book up, but I don't want to do that. It's resting on my leg and it's comfortable there. So there's an extra arms guy. So we got these two witch cultists, right? These witch cultists, but they seem like they're kind of special ones. So are they like upper level? I don't know how many witch cultists there are in general, because like Sloth had a bunch of, you know, random scumbags or whatever, but I don't feel like they were particularly strong. It was like what was strong about them was the fact that any of them could become Sloth at any given time, you know? That was scary, but other than that, like they were just random, you know, whoever's. But then yeah, you have these two who they seemed like random grunts, but then they were very strong and they've got their own gimmicks and stuff. So it's interesting. I wonder if we're ever going to see their proper designs, you know, like if they're going to pull off the thing at some point. Because we sometimes saw some witch cultists, but mostly whenever they became Sloth, we saw their designs, but otherwise they would keep their hoods on and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Also, clocking some Subaru character development, that in this episode, they were like, okay, so what are we going to do? And Subaru's like, well, Emilia's in the hands of greed. And everyone's like, oh God, we have to, like, you know, this is our commander, basically. Like, this is a guy who's going to be making a lot of decisions, and his one-track mind is on Emilia right now. And then Subaru's like, but we have bigger things to deal with first, which is some crazy character growth that he currently knows Emilia's in danger and yet is prioritizing the greater good over Emilia first. Like, doesn't mean he's going to abandon Emilia. If it was genuinely like a decision of like, hey, you save all of these people or you save Emilia, and like you get one or the other, and he knew that, he might still go for Emilia. But in this situation where it's like he's gonna probably try to do everything anyway, he should go for the things that are most pressing, and that's what's most pressing. Especially, I mean, he saw with Greed, like, Greed didn't want to kill Emilia on the spot, so it's likely that, like, as fucked up as it is, Emilia is going to be in a really bad situation, but she's probably not going to be hurt or injured or killed, for at least for a while. So essentially it's like we're either stopping Emilia from going through some, you know, traumatizing situations, or we're saving the lives of everyone in the city, probably including Emilia. So it's, you know, the choice you kind of got to go for the city, but it's good that Subaru could see that. He could take a step back and realize that's the case and then do that. So yeah, that's great. And then we have a dragon as well, which, as I said in the episode, I don't know if the dragon is Lust. I don't know if Lust can turn into a dragon. I don't know if Lust can, from her tower, control the dragon and just use it as a mouthpiece. Don't know yet. I guess my main prediction is that she can just turn into a dragon. That's just like part of her abilities. Maybe she can kind of turn into anyone. Does that already overlap with anyone else's, any other Sin's powers? I can't remember. But maybe she can just turn into anyone. It does. It kind of overlaps, I think, with one of the witch's powers. Wasn't one of the witch... I can't remember. Wait, was that the Witch of Lust? I gotta look it up now. Like I wanna. Okay, it was the Witch of Lust, cause Carmilla, the Witch of Lust, who was like the very like cute girl in a scarf, like she all looked like all nice and warm and snuggled up. She had a thing where Subaru thought she was Emilia, or thought she was REM, and it was like part of her ability or whatever, was that I guess you see the person that you love or something. Like it was something along those lines. But because of that, like, she essentially disguises herself. So maybe in the same way, the Sin Archbishop of Lust can do a similar thing. Like she can change her form, which would kind of fit with like, oh, you're lusting over me, like I can change to, you know, whatever your ideal form is. And so obviously if she has the capability to transform into a dragon, if you're in a combat environment, that's a good thing to do. I don't know. Anyway, that's ReZero, season 3, episode 4. Was that 4? Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.